Good morning to you. It is, let's see, 8:40 a.m. on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. You know, I have not gotten to the pool in the last few days. There's just been other things that have gotten in the way, but I am determined to get there today. So, actually, a couple days ago, I spent the whole day in my swimsuit at home. I never made it to the pool. Well, I'm dressed for the pool and I'm determined today. So, I have not thought this through at all, okay? But see this, last night, in the middle of the night, I made myself some Dalgona coffee, which is 2 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and some instant coffee. And, you know, I spun it around on the cold setting, and it makes this lovely, thick stuff, almost like a pudding, and you pour it on top of cold milk. Oh, it was delicious, but being the middle of the night, I didn't feel like washing this out, so I thought, I put it in the fridge. This morning, let me go ahead and add, trying to think, yeah, I'm going to add milk to it. I realized that I could end up with some kind of a disaster here, you know, scalding something on here, but I'm gonna live dangerously here. So, it's almost empty. There we go. Okay, so I put in the almond milk, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on the milk frother and put it on, I hope I'm not making a big mistake, on the hot, thick froth. And then I want to use up this Colombia coffee because I don't really like it all that much. So I thought, in fact, where do I have it on my list? Oh yeah, so it's on okay-ish. So there's enough coffees that I really like. I don't need to keep this. And where do you think Colombia coffee comes from? Well, let's go see. So here we are, South America, Colombia, okay? So you can imagine yourself, like I live in Georgia, so imagine, woo, okay? It's fun to have that map there and have a ready reference for where the coffee comes from that I'm drinking. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, kind of rearrange things here. Okay. And I'll run this as a lungo. As soon as the machine's all warmed up, you can see it flashing there. When it stops, it's ready. Now, I have actually had people tell me, and yesterday a couple other people told me, they like the sound of my voice, that it's calming. Doesn't sound that way to me, but okay. So I'm not promoting my YouTube channel at all, but I've got a YouTube channel with all these coffee videos on it, and nature, and all kinds of other stuff, and some stories that I've written that I read. So if you like the sound of my voice, you know, that's one way you could hear me more. Okay, lungo. Okay, so you can see this is done, and it did not froth up. So let's think. Why did it not froth up? I guess, I would think all the sugar in it. I don't know. We'll see in just a minute. But still, it should have a nice sweet flavor. It may actually need a little more sweetener because I didn't make it super sweet last night. But let's see here. So, it is hot though. And I'm gonna remember, okay? This is hot. This is hot. Okay, I don't think that it scalded on, no, it didn't scald on the bottom, so that's good. That's tasty, but not quite sweet enough. But let's see here with the coffee. So this coffee, I may as well read you something about it. So this is a late harvest Arabica. So they leave the coffee cherries, the coffee bean is like the seed inside of a thing that almost looks like a cherry. They leave it on the coffee bush or tree later than they normally would for harvesting because that affects the flavor. So, okay, here we go. The farmer's unusual technique here is to wait to harvest the coffee cherry until it's past usual ripeness, delivering a bright and winey cup. Okay. And I typically have not liked coffees that are described as winey, but I found out that you can't go by what the package says. You gotta try it yourself because lots of times things, I've had two things that were described in a certain way and one of them I liked and the other one I didn't. So you just gotta try, but that makes it fun. So this pretty much tastes like the Colombia with just milk in it. Let's see, what should I put? Oh, here. I'm trying to use up this salted caramel. I'm just going to put it in for the sake. No, I'm not going to. You know what? Because this coffee's flavor is a little bit unusual, I'm going to put in sweet and low. Okay. Again, it was, well, this is why I'm up so late this morning, okay? I'm listening to Theodore Roosevelt's exploration in the Amazon. It's called The River of Doubt, D-O-U-B-T. That's the name of the river that he was exploring. And it's so exciting that I didn't go to bed till really late. And then this morning I turned it on again to listen, and I almost wasn't going to do this video because, I just wanted to hear what happens next. I mean, literally, I'm listening to the audiobook, so sometimes I'm sitting there like that, it's like such an exciting story. It's described very, very well so that I can just, I have this vision in my mind of what's going on. The author, by the way, is Candace Millard. So, if you're, actually I'll put a link to it for the videos. So if you're interested, you can look it up. And no, I don't get any benefit. I don't get any benefit from anything I tell you about. I don't have stock in any of these things, not even in Nespresso. I don't have, don't receive anything, or compensation, nothing. I'm just sharing with you things that I like or I'm interested in that I think, maybe you will be too. So, oh, in fact, when I did the several reviews of my milk frother, um, Gloria went ahead and she ordered one and she's real happy with it. I don't get any kind of benefit except the joy of knowing that, maybe I've been able to give somebody a recommendation or a suggestion and they're liking it too. So, or maybe in some cases staying away from it. Sometimes I have warned people off of some coffees and they've tried them and said, whoa, you were right. Anyhow, so let me see if this is now sweet enough. This, it's sweet enough, but I don't really care for this coffee. I mean, I'm not going to change it to my nope category. I've got excellent, good, medium, okay-ish, and nope. I'm not going to move it over there because the nope coffees are like really nope. And this, I could drink it in a pinch, but I don't know. I think this morning I was expecting something sweeter, and I have an idea. I've discovered recently that if I don't like a certain coffee, sometimes I try things when we're not together, that sometimes adding a coffee mate to it can help. So let's see. Now that's helped a whole lot. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, like I wear swim shorts with my swimsuit top. For a lady my age, I just feel more, well, I don't like wearing skimpy little swimsuits. And then this way I can go walk around the pond, and it looks like I'm just wearing a pair of shorts and a very summery top. So, yeah, it works out real well. Well, anyway, also you have to shave a lot less if you're wearing shorts instead of a, brief type top, bottom that is. Anyhow, okay, possibly too much information. So I can see that there are some people watching, but I don't see any names. And I just want to thank you for joining us. And I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow.